Hello, Stefan here with Liquidity with a video about German words that include the root fass, as in das Fass, das Gefäß, fassen, erfassen, verfassen, and so on. Many, many more.
Liquidity.
The German verb fassen is one of those words that is really good to know, really good to understand. There are a lot of prefix verbs that have fussen in them. There are also quite a few adjectives and quite a few nouns that are related to verbs or that stand by themselves. The verb fussen by itself means as much as to seize, to grab, to contain. It is related and actually has its origin with the word das Fass, which is a barrel or a keg. And originally, apparently, in the Middle Ages, the word fusson meant to actually be contained in a barrel, to be in a barrel, a liquid or some other kind of good or material. Back in the Middle Ages, a lot of things were transported in barrels, not just liquid goods, but also dry goods, or anything that needed to be protected from the elements, really. Sometimes fassen also means as much as to hold or to secure. Fassen can also mean to keep something in place or to keep something secure. So the German noun die Fassung has the meaning of either a setting for a diamond or some other precious stone. It can also mean composure. Fassungslos means being without composure, to be brought out of composure, to be stunned, to be bewildered, to no longer be secure, basically. Fassungslos can also mean to be in disbelief, really. Similar to fassungslos is the word unfassbar. Impossible to secure something mentally, impossible to grasp something. So this also has more of a figurative meaning. Unfassbar means unbelievable. Fassen can also simply mean to arrest someone, to capture someone. So for instance, ich bin gefasst worden means I was arrested, I was captured. Anfassen can mean to touch something. It can also be used reflexively, sich anfassen, used not with a person but with material. So you could, for instance, say, es fasst sich weich an. It feels soft. Erfassen means as much as to capture with your mind, to understand something. Erfassen is also used with data. So for instance, die Daten sind erfasst. The data was collected. Verfassen means as much as to compose something, to write something. So the noun der Verfasser or die Verfasserin, if it's a female person, and in German we do make sure we actually use male and female. It's the opposite in English, where we actually want to include as many genders, and I'm not sure where a non-binary gender would come in, but anyways, so Verfasser or Verfasserin, der Verfasser, die Verfasserin, that means an author, a writer. However, the word die Verfassung refers to a state's most important document, the constitution of a government. Zusammenfassen, basically to capture together, means to summarize. Die Zusammenfassung is a summary. And last but not least, one that looks a little bit different but is obviously also related to these words is das Gefäß. And that is a container, usually something a little bit smaller, something that holds usually liquid. So Gefäß could be a bottle, for instance, or maybe a small container that holds liquids. Actually, in biology, it's used for anything that holds liquid. For instance, a cell could be also Gefäß. So, for instance, das Blutgefäß is anything in your body that holds blood. Your veins, your arteries. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was interesting. I hope you enjoyed looking behind the curtain a little bit instead of just studying vocabulary if you're interested in German, to actually understand how these words are all related, how they connect to one another, the context, right? I love that sort of stuff, and I hope you do too. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Tschüss.